Hello Facebook, and welcome to the December edition of One Flavor, 5 Ways with LorAnn Oils. And just in time for the holidays, we have a really fancy twist on a tasty treat for you. We're going to be making eggnog cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls are as essential to the holidays as fighting over big screen televisions, and we want to show you a really nice little twist on that recipe that everyone will love and give it a little bit more of a holiday flavor. And we're going to be using LorAnn Super Strength Eggnog flavor in our filling and our frosting today. So no matter what you're celebrating, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or if you just really like cheesy holiday movie marathons, holidays are all about relaxing with your family. And this is a great recipe for that because it's just a little bit of prep work, a little bit of bake time, and then you have something that everyone is going to love, whether for breakfast or dessert. So let's take a look at our ingredients. First, you're going to need 2 8-ounce packages of crescent dough sheets. Yes, these are the ones that scare you every time you open them. Go ahead and go grab your favorite brand, 2 of them, 2 8-ounce sheets. Next, you're going to need half a cup or 1 stick of butter. You're going to want that to be at room temperature so it's nice and soft and easy to mix. You're going to want 1/4 cup packed light brown sugar. You're going to want 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. You're going to divide that up into 2 equal parts, 2 half teaspoons. You're going to want 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. Again, you're going to divide that up into 2 1/4 cups. And then you're going to want 1 teaspoon of LorAnn Super Strength Eggnog flavor. And we have that here in a 1 ounce and a 1 dram size. This is our secret ingredient. It's going to give it that really fancy holiday flavor twist. And then for your frosting, you're going to want 1 cup of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 ounces of cream cheese, again softened to room temperature so it's nice and easy to mix, some ground nutmeg for garnish if you want to get a little fancy, and then 1/8 teaspoon again of LorAnn Super Strength Eggnog flavor. We're going to put that flavor in both our filling and our frosting today. We're going extra. All right, first things first, let's make our filling. So I'm going to grab my medium-sized mixing bowl and my nice hefty mixing spoon. I'm going to start with 1 stick of softened butter. Get all that in there. Can never go wrong with butter. And then we're going to need our light brown sugar. Mix that right in there. And half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then of course we need our LorAnn Super Strength Eggnog flavor. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of that. Pour that right in. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it just smells like the holidays. It's amazing. Close that right up. We don't want to waste a drop. And again, the nice thing about LorAnn Super Strength flavors is that they're more potent than extracts. They don't bake off in the oven, and so you just need a little bit, which is great. So I'm going to mix this really, really well. Get it nice and smooth and even. All right, this is looking really good, so let's prepare our dough. It's really easy if you can just put it on a piece of parchment paper. That way it's not sticking to your surface. So I'm just going to roll that out. I'm going to grab my first roll of crescent dough, and I'm just going to start to unroll it. Kind of have to be a little bit gentle with it. Sometimes it gets a little sticky if it gets stuck to itself, or you get a little hole. That's okay. You just patch it right up with your fingers. No problem at all. Roll it on out. Try to get it kind of even. Look, I have a hole right here, no big deal. I'm just going to kind of pinch it back together and patch that up. So we're going to take half of what we mixed together earlier and we're going to spread it right on top of the dough here. Get it nice and even. But what you want to do is maybe leave like a little space all the way around the dough. That will help you when you roll it up, not to have all of the filling kind of fall out. So just kind of spread it around as evenly as possible. super simple. Might take a little bit more of that filling for this one. There we go. Smells so good. Get a little bit more on this end here. All right, that's looking really good. I'm gonna put that one aside here. I'm gonna grab my next piece of parchment paper. Again, we had 2 rolls here. And this is gonna make about a dozen, well actually exactly a dozen of these little cinnamon rolls. You'll make 6 for each roll. And again, I have some holes, but that's okay. We'll patch them up. Just kind of evenly open it up. Gently. You can stretch it out to even it out a little bit. Again, patch up those little holes, just kind of pinch it together. This one doesn't want to cooperate as well as the other one. There, perfect. And we're gonna take the rest of our mix and spread it on just like we did. Again, leaving a little bit of space all around the edges. Oh, this smells so good. All right, that is looking really good. So now we're gonna sweeten the deal. We are going to add a little bit more cinnamon. So about 1/4 of a teaspoon per little roll. So we're just gonna kind of sprinkle that. Kind of a controlled chaos, if you will. And same thing on this one here. We're just gonna sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle until it's nice and even. Perfect. And then we're going to take our pecans and we're going to sprinkle them as well. I just kind of like to pick up a nice little handful and just kind of evenly sprinkle it around until you feel like they're both evenly coated. All right, so we're just gonna keep sprinkling. Make sure that we're nice and even. Get all the edges there until you run out of pecans. And we could use a few more right here, and lovely. All right, now that we're done with our pecans, we're going to actually roll up our cinnamon rolls. So you're gonna start on the short edge, and you're just gonna slowly start to roll them back up as best you can. Just roll, roll, roll. And you can kind of flatten it out as you go. You might get little lumps here and there. And just kind of use your hand to even that out. Beautiful, there's one. And we'll get our second one here. We'll pick it back up over here. A little room. And I'll go this way this time and change it up, you know. And you know how we left kind of that little edge? That's nice because now we are going to make sure that we keep all of the goodness inside there. Roll it up. Perfect. All right, so now we're all rolled up and we're ready to start cutting them. I'm gonna grab my knife. Just give me a little room here. And the best way to do this is to actually cut your rolls in half and then cut each of those halves into 3 pieces. Math, people, math for the win. So we're gonna do 1/2 right here, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and same for your second roll. Right in half, right in the center, just like that. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Look at that, fractions, beautiful. So now we're going to move these out of the way. Give myself a little room here. Scoop those right up. And you're gonna grab a 9x13 pan. It's very easy to kind of set these in. You're just gonna start to pick them up and kind of set them tall side so that they bake and kind of turn out like a nice little cinnamon roll. You might have to kind of, when you set them in, just kind of flatten them out a little bit so that they want to sit and not tip over on you. Just kind of give them a little space there. go. Oh, they smell so good. They're gonna be so gooey and delicious. Perfect, perfect. We have one more row here. Then you'll be ready to bake. All right, there you go, 1 dozen cinnamon rolls. Eggnog cinnamon rolls. All right, now you're ready to bake. So you're gonna put these in the oven at 375 for about 17 to 22 minutes, or whatever it is that your little tube of crescent dough says. So we're gonna pop these in here. All right, now while that is baking, we're going to make our frosting. So I'm gonna get some space going here. Get my mixing bowl, and we're gonna grab our frosting ingredients. So I'm gonna need 1 cup of powdered sugar. I'm gonna need my 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Get that nice and ready to go here. Excellent. And then I'm going to need my 2 ounces of cream cheese. Again, this has been softened to room temperature, so it's nice and easy to mix. And then I'm also going to need 1/8 teaspoon, just a tiny, tiny little bit, again, of our eggnog flavor from LorAnn. So just a little bit here. Perfect. All right, and now we're ready to mix. And this may take just a little bit just because you have to get kind of that cream cheese nice and integrated into your powdered sugar. But once you get it going and nice and warmed up, it won't take long. All right, this is looking really good. So now we need to frost our eggnog cinnamon rolls. So we didn't want you to have to wait a whole 20 minutes. So we already had a pan of these cinnamon rolls prepared. So I'm going to bring those out now. And while your rolls are still warm, maybe they've cooled about 5 minutes, that's when you're gonna wanna put your frosting on so it gets nice and ooey and gooey and melty on the top of your rolls. So I'm just gonna take a knife, I'm just gonna take a bit of frosting, and I'm just going to put it right on top there. Just spread it around. You can't do this wrong. You just wanna kind of put it right on top there. And same thing over here, just like that. Just enough, you don't need a ton, just enough to kind of cover it. Give it that tasty cinnamon roll look. And that's it. Beautiful eggnog cinnamon rolls. I'll show you the finished product once more. Don't those look great? They're super simple, delicious, and they taste like the holidays with that LorAnn eggnog flavor. Well, we hope you enjoyed our cooking video today. This is just one of 3 one flavor 5 ways videos you can watch. So go ahead and check out our cotton candy poke cake video and also our bourbon walnut balls video. But maybe just not back to back. You don't want a sweetness overload. Well, maybe you do. It's the holidays. That's what it's all about. That's it, everyone. Enjoy and happy holidays and happy baking. Bye.